What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the third studio album by Trophy Eyes, an Australian pop, punk, and emo band. This new record is titled The American Dream, ironically, considering they're from Australia. Following the successful release of their second album, Chemical Miracle, on Hopeless Records, the band started to gain traction and made some strides in the US and worldwide, not just in Australia. And I really wasn't into that album. It took some time for any of the tracks to really settle in on me. I do think that their lead singer's voice is a bit harsh and maybe a bit of an acquired taste, but over time I learned to love some of the tracks, and some of them really do hit hard. On this new record, I was really anticipating it after hearing the lead single You Can Count on Me, one of my favorite songs of the year. It's definitely a stylistic shift for the band. Fans have kind of been up in arms a little bit about it, considering they have not abandoned necessarily their punk roots, but they're also moving and circulating in different territories. Trophy Eyes have collected some new influences, and they're starting to kind of scatter and inject them into their new material, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with it personally. There's nothing wrong with a band growing and even changing their sound, especially if they're doing cool things with it, and I know that fans are going to be a little bit divided on this, but like I said, personally, I wasn't super into their harsher leaning songs where it was just rough vocals all the time, and not that we don't get that on this new album, The American Dream, it's just placed methodically, and I do like the care that's given. This album has an eclectic range of sounds. There's a lot of gang vocals that are going on, and even some Disney-like qualities to a track like More Like You, which is definitely an interesting comparison that I have to make there. You've also got some driving forces of guitars, and then some acoustic bridges that are just used as interlude tracks on A Cotton Candy Sky and also A Symphony of Crickets. It seems like the lyrical content here is really starting to revolve around some personal themes once again, but also seeming to reflect on a different narrative, perhaps somebody in a different life, and it's interesting to see this balance between introspection and also possibly fiction. Cohesion isn't exactly something that comes easy on The American Dream, but when it does happen, it's kind of nice, but there's also a struggle to find a real balance, as some of these off-kilter tracks are just kind of thrown in there, and the results can kind of be jarring. The American Dream consists of 12 songs, 2 of those being under 2 minutes, and like I said, kind of serving as interludes, and it's a very interesting track listing that we have here. I absolutely love the thundering You Can Count on Me. Some of my friends sell drugs, but I just sell sad songs is the rally cry on that one. I love the appeal that this one has, and just the way that the verses stack up. They feel a little bit more theatric, especially once it builds up with a piano swell behind it and just the singer's voice, and then it breaks down to something more screamed. I love the intensity and the way that they can just hit the gas, slam into a wall, and then just take things back down a notch and just come back to earth. I love some of these other cuts like Broken, which is an absolute jam. I think that they can easily tap into the market of people looking for a well-written rock song that has strong anchors about it, but it's also very emotive and genuine, and Broken truly feels fascinating to me. It has like an early 2000s touch, but with the Trophy Eyes effect too. Lavender Bay has an explosive feel to it, a great drinking song. This could be your night out on the town anthem. He won't stop until Sydney knows his name is the refrain that's sung here. There's also a fantastic closer in the form of I Can Feel It Calling, and unfortunately, it's once again a bit jarring with the placement. It comes out of the slow song that I really do love, A Symphony of Crickets. I honestly don't care for the other acoustic bass jam, A Cotton Candy Sky. It just feels very slow, brooding, like he says he's sitting on a front porch watching a storm roll in, and I'm not exactly sure the inspiration behind it. And then right after that, we slam head first into You Can Count on Me. And while this transition between A Symphony of Crickets and I Can Feel It Calling isn't as absurd, I do feel like it still loses a bit of its effect. But listening to them in their own rights, these are both amazing songs, ones that you should be listening to. I think that a 6-minute epic like I Can Feel It Calling has everything a Trophy Eyes fan could want. I'm not a fan of the pop appeal that's found on Friday Forever. That chorus just kind of feels gimmicky and cheap to me. And then right after that we have More Like You, which was the second single, and like I already mentioned, it feels like a child's movie soundtrack sing-along fused with Trophy Eyes, so while it's grown on me, I still have my reservations. and there's other tracks that I kind of feel split on, ones that don't grip and maybe just don't feel as strong vocally. Even if I didn't always love the second album, Chemical Miracle, at least it had really strong vocals throughout, and there's some that I just feel like are a bit of a letdown. I really do like the opener, Autumn, though. It's a nice alternative rock jam, and shout out to the Killer's Sam's Town. He references that there, so that's always a win. A fantastic record, one of my favorites. I also really dig Tiptoe, which is a nice emotive song that talks about long distance, which is something that I personally can relate to, and it's a very enjoyable one that shakes things up in a very nice way. It's an innovative experience as you listen to The American Dream, and not everything is perfect. In fact, a lot of it is scattered, but the great songs are great. This is a bit of a confusing listen, one that can definitely take some time to settle in, so make sure you don't just listen to it once and dismiss it as, oh, I don't like this, or oh, I liked the old Trophy Eyes better. Give it some time, because many of these songs are well written. Some of them definitely feel like they're trying to put on some sort of front, and I don't exactly vibe with that as much. There's a few that I don't care for, but as always, you can check my favorites and least favorites in the description down below. For me personally, on their third album, The American Dream, I'm gonna go with a light 3.5. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, and please drop a like on the video while you're here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. If you would like to support me on Patreon, then please tap that top link down below, or hit that annotation in the corner to help videos like this keep coming each and every week. If you would like to see the last review I did on the channel, then tap right over here, or tap here for another recent video I think you'll enjoy. Socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on ARTV.